This is getting insane, so hold on. There's something wrong with this, so let's dissect it quickly. How can a newborn simply disappear in an instant? Was anything far more sinister occurring behind the scenes, like a kidnapping? Why does JimJones blame others rather than seek solutions? That's how Chrissy Lampkin's baby simply disappeared. She can be a proud mother one moment, and then the child is gone. We'll follow this one through to the end, from dubious family drama to suspicious movements. The tea is hot, and you already know we have receipts, so grab some popcorn because things are going to get nasty. Pay attention, because this might be the year's most odd celebrity scandal. JimJones is out here blaming the haters rather than calling the police after Chrissy Lampkin's kid vanished into thin air. I'm sorry, sir. First of all, let's not act as though Jim and Chrissy have always been the ideal pair. Do any of you recall how long it took him to ask her to marry him? He finally got her a ring after she waited, begged, and put up with his bullshit for over a decade. And let's be honest, he wasn't exactly overjoyed about it even then. Let's dive into this convoluted timeline because, believe me, internet investigators are already putting in a lot of overtime to solve this. He was hesitant on hip-hop and love. Fast forward to Chrissy's initial announcement that she was carrying a child. The responses were not what you would anticipate from a committed marriage. In addition to Mama Jones, who wasn't feeling this pregnancy at all and even questioned whether the child was Jim's, people were staring at Jim and wondering, wasn't he just saying he didn't want kids? When the DNA drama struck, everything was in disarray, and Jim appeared to be. When the results came in, Chrissy was over here crying and trying to persuade everyone that this was meant to be a great moment. The baby was gone, and there had been no updates or trace when we woke up, just when we thought things were finally calming down. Since some anonymous sources, people on Twitter who say they have inside information, are saying that something happened during the night, here is where things start to get suspect. Jim and Chrissy allegedly got into a furious disagreement before the disappearance, which was so loud that the neighbors could hear it through the walls. The worst part, though, is that the baby disappeared immediately following the disagreement. Now, since infants don't simply vanish, Mama Jones might have had something to do with it. She never liked Chrissy and was never in favor of this pregnancy, so let's not pretend that she hasn't been meddling in Jim's life from the start. I know it seems insane. Let's be honest, she will do everything to get rid of this baby. There are claims that Chrissy was at a private medical facility a few days prior to the baby going missing, which makes it even odder. Why isn't anyone talking about this? Was there more going on, or was it just a standard checkup? After I tell you that JimJones' statement is nonsensical, he goes on social media to say that the haters got what they wanted, sir, and that's what your baby is missing. Things take a bad turn at this point because, guess what? There isn't a police case, an Amber Alert, or an official missing persons report. You ask, what does that mean? There are a lot of speculations on the internet right now. Some of them are, I have to say, a bit too likely. The first theory is that the infant never existed at all. Now, if you think about it, have we ever seen this kid before? Chrissy never uploaded any photos. Jim never shared anything, and the child is no longer there. According to others, this was a major publicity operation gone bad, and there's even a chance that Chrissy manufactured the pregnancy in order to keep Jim behind bars. They are trying to cover it up discreetly now that the truth is out. But to be honest, this isn't the first time a celebrity has done anything like this. Mama Jones has been attempting to remove Chrissy from the picture for years, as you already know, but given all of her dubious prior actions, would it really be that easy? It would be stunning if she had orchestrated the third disappearance idea. Something even more nefarious took place. Now, I don't like to say this out loud, but what if the baby had an accident and they were hiding it? The timing is just too convenient. Jim and Chrissy's actions are strange, and the police's lack of involvement is strange. This scenario doesn't add up, so quit speculating and tell me what you guys think truly happened. It's far from ended because I can assure you that it will get even stranger when part 2 reveals all the odd details. The more we look into this unexplained baby disappearance, the more shady it gets. So if you thought the first portion was crazy, wait till you hear what's coming next. Let's pick up where we left off, with Chrissy Radio Mute and JimJones out there accusing the haters, and ask me why nobody in their inner circle is talking about this. A close source or a buddy of a friend will typically leak information during a celebrity crisis, but there is usually no response. This is because, let's be honest, if your baby goes missing, you're calling the police, making a big deal out of it, getting the news involved, and screaming from rooftops. However, they're not, so you can be sure that either they already know where the baby is, the baby was never real in the first place, or both. Something has been off since day one. I'm not sure about you. Chrissy loves to flaunt herself when she's feeling good, so there haven't been any maternity photo sessions. In addition, there have been no updates on Chrissy's pregnancy glow lump, no baby shower, not even a small private one, and let's not forget JimJones, who pretended nothing was wrong during Chrissy's purported pregnancy. Bro, your first child is on the way, and you don't even seem excited. Remember? He said as he strolled around as if nothing was happening. Beyonce, Rihanna, Crickets, and Chrissy all had extensive marketing campaigns for their unborn children while she was pregnant. But things get even stranger when a doctor who obviously wanted to stay anonymous came forward and said that Chrissy was seen at a private facility multiple times, but not for prenatal care. Now, hold on. If she wasn't there for exams, why would she be at a private medical facility claiming to be pregnant? What if she was not even pregnant? Is there anything shadier about it? In essence, what we were all assuming was verified by one of Chrissy's old pals. She assured me that she would make it appear authentic if she intended to conduct a prank like this. Are you implying that this entire situation was a prearranged public relations gimmick? Let's shift the topic for a while, because if this baby is real, Mama Jones is the one person who appears to be acting very suspiciously at the time. It is starting to be suggested that Mama Jones might have taken matters into her own hands. I realize that sounds excessive, but give me a minute. First of all, Mama Jones is not above being dirty. In fact, we have seen her often go too far in the connection between Jim and Chrissy. From the beginning of the pregnancy, she didn't hold back and even question whether the child was truly Jim's. Additionally, she was among the Tell me third, why a neighbor claimed to have left Chrissy and Jim's house in the middle of the night while carrying a bundle wrapped in blankets. We can't confirm anything, of course, but let's simply ask, where did Mama Jones take the baby? And why isn't anyone looking into this? In addition to odd behavior, JimJones himself needs to be discussed because of his peculiar energy. Not to mention that JimJones has recently been under fire for some dubious financial activities. What if the controversy around this baby is really a distraction from something more serious? Tell me why there have been allegations that Jim is experiencing severe financial difficulties as recently as last week. According to some sources, he was even negotiating the sale of some of his assets to settle his obligations. Is it possible that the entire baby scenario is a smokescreen? Look, find something else on the screen. As you already know, the entire matter is causing a stir on the internet. Theories abound on Twitter, and some of them are insane. The math is incorrect because there was never a baby in the first place, despite someone writing that Jim and Chrissy's baby is missing. We need an FBI-level inquiry since someone else tweeted that Mama Jones undoubtedly took the baby. At last, someone actually went there. What if Chrissy and Jim faked this baby to win people over? They don't know how to finish the story now? Hear me out, Is anything truly off the table at this point? Given that Hollywood celebrities, let's face it, enjoy creating drama when it suits them? What if they really thought that this publicity stunt would make them more relevant? We need answers right now. If this baby is real, where is it now? Why is there no missing persons report? And why is no one in their circle speaking up? JimJones and Chrissy should come out and tell us. The more time that passes, the more. The shadier this becomes, the better. But don't worry, this story is far from over, since part 3 will go even deeper into the cover-ups, fabricated stories, and ulterior motives that underlie this bizarre circumstance. Now, listen, if you thought part 2 was insane, you're in for a treat because we're going to go even deeper. Here, the focus is on how far JimJones and Chrissy Lampkin will go to hide the truth, not even on if the baby was real. The more we investigate the welder, the clearer the tale gets. So let's continue where we left off. Tell me why Mama Jones is walking around as though she doesn't know anything, Chrissy is virtually hiding, and JimJones is out there behaving as though he doesn't care. An anonymous tipster came forward claiming to have proof that the infant was taken by a close relative, just as we were beginning to ask too many questions, and new evidence suddenly surfaced. And you know what? That evidence coincidentally consists of a mysterious person is seen leaving Jim and Chrissy's home in the middle of the night in this shaky, low-quality security film. I'm sorry, but do you guys believe this to be proof? Where is the unobscured video? The police investigation is where? Well, no one really reported the infant missing, thus there isn't one. What's happening? Think about this for a moment. What would you do first if your child vanished? Make a police call? Notify the press? Full-on panic mode, but Jim and Chrissy are posing as if nothing is wrong while relaxing and sharing cryptic comments on Instagram. They seem to be reluctant to involve the police, which may be because they would discover that there was never a baby in the first place. Listen, I'm not alone in supporting this entire issue. Tell me why, at an event last night, a reporter attempted to question JimJones, and his reaction was, to put it simply, suspect instead of. I don't know about you guys, but Mama Jones is looking more and more guilty by the second, because guess what? She completely vanished from social media after that suspicious late-night departure from Jim and Chrissy's house, made no public appearances, and left no comments. He laughed and said, "People love making up stories, so you guys should mind your business." Why has this drama queen suddenly become so quiet? Is it possible that she is aware of something we are not? And believe me when I say that when someone witnessed her meeting with a mysterious man in a secluded part of New Jersey, things became more odd. She was talking to a man who used to be a private investigator. What's the cover-up, please? I'm getting creeps from this. The scandal must be ended before it worsens. But guess what? It's too late. At this point, things take a darker turn since people are already demanding answers, and the streets and internet are talking. Why did a fresh anonymous source come out and claim that Chrissy had been using a surrogate all along? Are you saying that this whole pregnancy was a sham from the start? If this is accurate, it clarifies a number of things, such as why Chrissy hasn't had a baby bump or pregnancy pictures. Remain quite private throughout, but hold on. Things get worse because according to this source, the surrogate didn't receive the full sum she was promised. And guess what? It is said that she returned the infant. Please pardon me. If this is accurate, Jim and Chrissy were outplayed rather than losing the baby. If that's the case, it's excellent for her since they deserve whatever comes next if they really thought they could waste this woman's time and money. But where is this surrogate if she is real? Now, guess what happened when people started looking into her? And she disappeared. There were no interviews, declarations, or social media presence. I'm not even kidding, as if someone had made sure she disappeared before she could say anything. At this point, we might not only be dealing with a missing child, we might be dealing with a full-fledged Hollywood cover-up. If that doesn't shock you to the bone, I don't know what will. It should be noted that Jim and Chrissy have been in a similar predicament before. Chris unexpectedly became wealthy a few years ago, and Jim has been linked to multiple financial problems in some dubious firms. Is it possible that they believe the most lucrative thing they had ever done would be to fake a baby? Or perhaps they had hoped to get a reality TV deal or sell the exclusive rights to the first newborn pictures, but they had to depart before the truth came known when things didn't go as planned. Everything is now feasible because the circumstance changed from a missing baby to a full-fledged Hollywood conspiracy. And trust me when I say that we will continue to hear about it, because when it comes to Hollywood drama, the truth always comes out. JimJones and Chrissy had best be ready to handle the consequences when it happens. Before we conclude, I would like you to leave a remark stating what you think truly occurred. Was there ever a baby at all? Was there anything cunning that Mama Jones did? Is this among the most significant PR frauds in history? In any event, you are aware that I am. You already know that more drama is coming. So even though this insane narrative is done, you should still hit the like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to receive all the newest updates if you want to keep ahead of the chaos. Keep your eyes open till the next time because, believe me, nothing in Hollywood is ever as it looks. We are not finished with this one yet. Please leave your views below if you think that Chrissy and JimJones were lying about the baby, or if you think this is just another Hollywood cover-up. This isn't the last twist we'll see, so make sure you set post notifications so you don't miss the next fascinating story. I'll see you all then, and stay up and focused in the one that follows.